A very good morning to Madam Noor Azzah binti Abu Bakar. Today we're going to present about AI application in real world used in space exploration. We are in group of four. My name is Aravindra Sathasivam. Second is Mawaddatul Husna binti Mustafa. Third is Jagathis Murugan and fourth is Muhammad Aiman bin Radzuan. The AI application used in space exploration is Astronaut Assistant (SIMON). The problem or issues in the astronaut assistant is it's really dangerous for us human beings to carry out some tasks in outer space. Second, it may occupy more time to complete a complex task. The diagram shows a picture of astronaut assistants called Simon. Second, the AI technique used in Astronaut Assistant is the original Simon marked the world's first artificial intelligence system on the space station. The current version of the Astronaut Assistant includes more sensitive microphones and more developed sense of orientation than its predecessor Simon 1. The AI capabilities and stabilities of Simon 2's complex software have also been significantly improved. The autonomy of the battery-powered assistant has been increased by about 30%. Third, is there a need for the astronaut assistance application to be applied on the set problem issues or task? Yes, because they can support or replace people to carry out tasks that are too dangerous, too difficult, repetitive, time-consuming, or even impossible for astronauts. They can also be faster and more precise than people. So, next is how does the astronaut assistant Simon application work? Simon can freely move and rotate in all spatial directions using 14 internal fans. Therefore, turn towards the astronauts when it's spoken to nod and shake its head and follow to the astronaut. Autonomously or on command, its microgravity on the ISS can be used for 2 hours. The dimensions of Simon's face are modeled on the proportion of human face. Gestures and facial expression are also possible, as is a male or neutral appearance and voice. Simon's product design was implemented in collaboration with Richard Design, a company from Saturn at the Borderlands. So lastly is the benefits of astronaut assistant Simon application. The first benefit is it can operate around the clock and do not need to break for lunch or sleep. Next is one of the most identifiable space robot is the Mars exploration rover Curiosity, which has been sending back photos, videos and data for the past 5 years. Third benefit is although it's expensive to design and produce, their loss is always preferable to that of an astronaut. Fourth benefit is its very little gravity and extremely rough terrain. Last benefit is it could even get itself out of a deep crater using a tornado-like maneuver that launches the robot into the air. So next application is I'll pass it to my fellow member. Thank you.
Thanks, Arvind. The AI application in space exploration that I choose is satellite data processing, dynamic spectrum usage. What is the problem or issue that satellite data processing application solve, or what does the application perform? Data transformation. Since we are in no gravity place, it's difficult to transmit data. Next, AI technique used in satellite data processing. Satellite data processing used dynamic spectrum to transmit data in space, which is a process of increasing the spectrum efficiency of the connectivity via real-time adjustment. Is there a need for satellite data processing to be applied on the or said problem or issue or task? In the case of space exploration, while satellite can learn to transmit data using the appropriate frequency, deep learning technology can simplify this communication. According to a report, the technology used for RLAN, which means radio LAN, can be engaged to lower the chance of interference and increase spectral efficiency. How does the satellite data processing dynamic spectrum applied work? Satellite communication communicate by using radio wave to send signal to the antennas on the Earth. The antennas then capture those signals and process the information coming from those signals. Information can include scientific data, the health of the satellite, where the satellite is currently located in space. We can conclude that dynamic spectrum usage in satellite data processing will be easier to transmit data via satellite in space. Benefits of dynamic spectrum usage in satellite data processing application: protect frequency used by critical service by preventing harmful interference, identify opportunities to maximize efficiency, allow new technologies to develop and deploy within flexible frameworks. That is the benefits. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Radzuan. My metric number is 279837. Now we tell about my AI application that used to space exploration. My AI drives space debris tagging system. What the IDs do is about to avoid collision between satellites that cause the space debris. Space debris is all non-functional, human-made objects including dead spacecraft or fragments of them, in orbit or re-entering Earth's atmosphere. The technique of AI disuse is space debris mitigation guidelines. This guideline has 7. One is limit debris release during normal operation. 2. Minimize the potential for breaking up during operation phase. 3. Limit the probability of accidental collision in orbit. Avoid intentional destruction and other harmful activity. Minimize potential for post-mission breakups resulting from stored energy. 6. Limit the long-term presence of spacecraft and launchers physical optical stage in low Earth orbit region after the end of the mission. Number 7. Limit the long-term interference of spacecraft and launch physical optical stage with the geosynchronous Earth orbit region after the end of their mission. So why we need to use AI? Because this satellite that will be automatically controlled by the AI that control its movement to avoid inter-satellite violence or a space debris. After that situation, they will keep the data, and the more data and experience, they will be making better decisions. How does this AI work? A future in space depends on avoidance from assessing likelihood of a crash to sending the command to a spacecraft to get out of the way. Ultimate decision could even take a place of both satellite informing outright has the other satellite the action to avoid interfering with planned manually. If the AI get more data and experience, they will become even better at predicting how situations evolve, reducing errors as well as cost and mission. The benefit of AI-driven space debris tagging system is avoidance system as well as method of refueling, repairing, and upgrading satellite in orbit, extending lifetime. This will make potentially minimize the number of new satellites need to be launched. Also, debris removal mission that will fly up to the dead spacecraft and debris object, capture them and move to them to safety. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Mawaddatul Husna binti Mustafa, metric number 275354. One of the AI application that had been applied in space exploration is Mars 2020, or also known as Perseverance rover. It is designed to better understand the geology of Mars and seek signs of ancient life. The mission will collect and store a set of rock and soil samples that could be returned to Earth in the future. It will also test the new technology to benefit future robotic and also human exploration in Mars one day. In addition, a drone-like helicopter will be deployed to demonstrate the first powered flight on Mars. Perseverance rover will explore Jezero crater near the planet's equator for at least one Martian year, or also it is about 687 Earth days. It also can move on its own while avoiding the obstacle on the way and also determining the best route to travel. Perseverance will carry 7 instruments to test new technology on the red planet, or also known as Mars. There are SuperCam, RIMFAX, MOXIE, MEDA, MASCAMZAC, Sherlock, and also PISL. One of the AI techniques that used in rover is PISL. As Perseverance jumps into its goal of searching for traces of microscopic life on Mars that dates back billions of years, the rover will use an AI-powered device called the Planetary Instrument for X-ray Lithochemistry, or also known as PISL, to search for clues. According to NASA, PISL is a large box-sized instrument carried at the end of Perseverance's 7-foot-long robotic arm, using a coring drill on the end of the arm. And then the rover will collect core samples from the planet that will be left on the Mars surface for collection by a future mission. So, why space exploration needs the Perseverance rover? The first factor is the difficulty with deep space communication and critical missions, especially involving in outer planets of our solar system. Due to the large distance and the limited bandwidth of radio signals, the only way to far off planets can be explored is by sending fully autonomous robots, such as this autonomous rover, which is Perseverance rover. The second factor is scalability. Future missions will require many more satellites and space assets that will require 100 plus engineers and also scientists to controlling them remotely from the Earth. If we want to scale out the space economy, our space assets needs to be self-sustainable. AI is a very crucial ingredient in making both it factors as a reality. So, how Mars 2020 Perseverance rover works? To really unlock the secret of Mars, we have to bring sample bags from the Mars to the Earth. This rover, firstly, will drill samples on the Mars, put the samples into a small tubes, and then seal it in its own individual tube and set them on a surface to provide a target to the second ignition, which hopefully will get into development and could potentially bring back the samples to the Earth by 2031. It also studies the Mars geology and tests how astronauts on future Mars mission could produce oxygen from the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This oxygen could be used for breathing and also for rocket propellant. One of the benefits of Perseverance rover is it can determine whether exists on the Mars or not. It identifies past environment capable of supporting microbial life. Another benefit is it can characterize the climate of Mars. Perseverance rover seeks signs of possible past microbial life in those habitable environments, particularly in special rocks known to prevent signs of life over time. Next is characterize the geology of Mars. It collects core rocks and also soils samples and store them on the Martian surface. Last but not least, the benefit of Perseverance rover is prepare for future robotic and also human exploration to the Mars. That's all from us. Thank you.